great morning. This morning I thought I'll pull cards. I want to look on JD Vance, the guy that's bought and paid for him. Very wealthy man who has taken JD Vance under his wing, gotten him jobs, introduced him to Trump, really has been championing him for a long time. So I wanted to see what's behind that. Well, the first card I have out at the center of it is this new action. It's about this action that this guy wanted to implement. Underneath of it also what was being offered. So let's go ahead and continue and see. The energy coming into it is what's been worked on. Okay, so apparently this guy has had some sort of a plan in mind with JD Vance from a long time. So what we have going on now is, setting up for power. Now, is this the guy, the wealthy guy that's above there? Could also be setting up JD Vance in a position. Could also have to do with Trump, okay? But it's about being in power, the go-getter, the person in control that is animating things. The challenge is what's being offered, what's being given out. Six of Pentacles. What's coming out of the situation? Let's see. The outcome is swords in the back. Okay. Swords in the back. You know, I keep seeing this guy like a Manchurian candidate. Okay. Basically, JD Vance looks to be like a Manchurian candidate. He's been groomed. He's in this position of power. Behind the scenes, the puppeteer is this wealthy man. But let's see what's on one side of it. Yeah, long-term plans. Long-term plans of benefit. The other side of it, this guy's basically just mentally tied up. The new action for the long-term plan, this guy's been groomed. He has been groomed to the nth degree by this wealthy guy. Okay? What's offered up is, an ending. Okay? An ending. What's crossing it? Oh, the devil. Okay? Toxic things, and again, the sharing of this when it comes to America. Okay? I would say this guy has groomed Vance for a very long time, got him in his pocket. He has guided his career the whole way along. And really set this up. This, I keep feeling that this is on the order of the 2025, that this guy is power hungry. He looks good on the surface, fast talker. He comes from a very difficult background, so he's power hungry. Money hungry, and he doesn't have any kind of background in politics. So I think that they're thinking that he can be easily micromanaged. Okay. So again, this is about the new actions that are taking place. The reading is about what's happening, this new things. On one side of it, we have looking at the long-term benefit, the other side being tied up mentally, okay, constricted, being constricted in some ways. We come in with it, working on this with an outcome of, endings, plotted endings. What's going on now? Getting in this position of power, and the challenge is what's being given back, out of it. Underneath of it, we have offering up an ending. And what's crossing it is this toxic thing that's being shared. Okay? This devilish element, this dark thing that's being shared. So when you put these together, it looks like they are wanting in some way, shape, or form eventually to get rid of Trump and have this guy step up. Okay? Okay, if that happens, let's look and see what would Vance do. Would he wake up to find out that he's been a pawn? Okay. It's about the message of the action. The action itself, second in power. And the long term, about the long-term thing. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one do we want to look at here. The message of the action or the long term. Let's look at the long term. They've got some sort of an action they're going to want to do. But let's look at the long-term thing here. We'll put that in the center. The knight that moves slowly. So above it we have, again, the position of power with the foundation of, again, holding on to power. The man with the money, the man that's controlling the assets, controlling these things. On one side of it, we have the tower moment. And the other side of it, we have does not like what's being offered. Okay? I think when that happens, he may wake up and see that he's a pawn. Okay? He's being controlled by this money aspect for the long term, been groomed, and when this tower moment happens, he is not liking what's coming down. So let's see what we have. We'll keep this in the center and do the very short thing on this. What about what he doesn't like? When this takes place, what about this? Okay, so what he doesn't like, we're going to pick a card for the center, is this heavy-handed mentality, okay? King of Swords, what's being held to underneath of it. We're going to look at what's underneath of it, what's being built, what's been built. Okay, above it, we have the message to be given out. The foundation is the manipulation that's happened, and in the process of, on one side of it, we have the movement going forward, taking these actions. The other side of it, this is painful reality. Underneath of it, the new new ideology, a new thing coming in, crossing it, the information that's being held, and then with that walking away, wanting to distance because of America, rules, laws, regulations. So he may, at that point, wake up to just how toxic this 2025 ideation is, okay? And would be ready to walk away from that, distance himself from that. He may see at that point that he was right in the beginning about Trump being a never Trumper, but then he got caught in this windmill of things, and going forward, it looks like he would be sorry that he would have been part of this grand manipulation and message being put out of what's been built about this ideology, and he may, holding on to this information, may want to walk away, distance himself from that. So that's what I'm getting with this. He is like a Manchurian candidate, but I don't think that he's fully aware of it. But he has been groomed by this wealthy donor. I'd have to look at this wealthy guy, but I have to find his name again. I don't know what it is offhand. But this guy has had his hand on JD Vance for a lot of years, okay? And so we'll have to look and see. I mean, this is if they got into power and what they are planning, what is going on with it. Just how toxic they would be. So we really do have to get out there and vote and get Biden in office again in order to keep this from taking place. But again, if it did take place, it looks like Vance would be sorry down the road and see that he's been used, okay? That he was a pawn in their play. And that they think that he's the good candidate if they get rid of Trump, that he can step into this because he's sounding even more toxic than Trump on some things. And so they're thinking that they can continue to manipulate this guy, get him in a position where they can blackmail him or whatever. They're going to try to do something, get something on him to get him to follow their playbook. But it looks like in the end that he would see it for what it is and want to distance from it. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online. Okay, I looked up this guy. His name is Teal. And it says here that Teal has continued to refine his political worldview, a mishmash of libertarianism and nationalism, what a surprise, huh? That has led to his interest in cryptocurrency, funding of immigration hardliners, support for seasteading, floating autonomous ocean communities that are not subject to government regulations or taxes, and some of his more controversial statements. In 2009, for instance, Teal wrote that the extension of the vote to women in the 1920s rendered the notion of capitalist democracy an oxymoron. So, yeah, I would say he fits right into what my reading was showing. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and I'll see you online. This guy's a piece of work.